Week 7 of the NFL season is here, and last week I went 5-9. No, I gotta predict games better, man. But this week we're hoping to go, we're hoping to get all these predictions right. Starting off with the Thursday night football game, Giants at Eagles. This is a tough one, but I'm gonna go with Philadelphia. Because I feel like the Eagles' defense can do just enough, and offensively for Philadelphia, I mean, what can you say? At least Carson Wentz is getting Deshaun Jackson back. I guess that's good for him, but he's missing Miles Sanders. He's missing pretty much his all offensive line. He's missing Zach Ertz, Dallas Goedert, Alshon Jeffrey, Jalen Reagor. He's missing all those guys, man. I feel bad for him. I think the Eagles are also getting Lane Johnson back. So I guess that'll help them out a little bit. I guess they're getting some reinforcements back, but by the end of this game, you'll probably see Jason Kelce and Carson Wentz get hurt. Because the way the Eagles' offense is right now, it is extremely injured. But I think the Eagles can do just enough to hold off the New Jersey Giants. Next game, Lions at Falcons. This is an interesting one because the Falcons, they played really good football last week against Minnesota. Raheem Morris did a pretty good job. And I'm going to go with Atlanta in a blowout, honestly. I think Raheem Morris is a better coach than Matt Patricia. So I think Atlanta gets a win right here and improves to 2-5. Next game, Browns at Bengals. I'm going to go with the Browns. The Browns didn't look so good last week against Pittsburgh, but I mean, that's Pittsburgh. What can you expect? I expect them to win against Cincinnati, and Cincinnati's doing a good job. I mean, they took a 21-0 lead over Indianapolis, so yeah, I think the Browns get a win right here. Next game, Steelers at Titans. It sucks that I won't be able to get to watch this game. It'll be on, but I have to watch the Texans play the Packers. But, because this is going to be a fun game. Why is it going to be a fun game? Because I get to see the Titans get embarrassed by the Steelers. I'm taking the Steelers in an absolute blowout. The Titans are not a good football team. Stop taking them for real. They are not good. They will never be good. They don't wash their hands. Yep, I'm taking the Steelers in a blowout. I mean, Derrick Henry is the only person on the Titans that can do stuff offensively. The Steelers' defense is very good, and plus the Titans lost Taylor Lewan for the season. Bud Dupree, T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward, Stephon Tuitt, they're gonna eat Tannehill alive. Yes, the Steelers lost Devin Bush for the season, but their defense is still very good. I mean, A.J. Brown's going to get shut down by Joe Hayden. Minkah Fitzpatrick is probably going to intercept every pass that Tannehill throws the whole day. So I'm taking the Steelers in a blowout. Next game, Panthers at Saints. This is another very interesting game. I want to pick the Panthers, but I just cannot. I'm picking the Saints to win this one. I think they win, but I do think it'll be a close game. I think this is going to be like a fun game to watch. Next game, Bills at Jets. I mean, don't really have to talk about that. I'm taking the Bills in an absolute blowout. I mean, if Adam Gase doesn't get fired after this 0-7 start, I don't think he's going to get fired, man. I don't think he's going to get fired at all. Until, if he goes 0-14, then maybe he gets fired. But I think if he goes 0-7, I mean, how do you not fire him? You got to fire him if he goes 0-7. So, yeah, I'm taking the Bills in an absolute blowout in this one. I think they easily beat the Jets. Next game, Cowboys at Washington football team. I'm taking the Cowboys in a blowout. I simply do not trust Kyle Allen to do anything against this Dallas team. Kyle Allen is not a good quarterback. If you put in Dwayne Haskins or even Alex Smith, then you probably beat Dallas because Dallas is, a train wreck. But yeah, I'm taking the Cowboys in a blowout because I just simply do not trust Kyle Allen. Next game, Packers at Texans. I'm gonna go with Green Bay in this one. I think the Packers beat the Texans. I think there's going to be a shootout between Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson. But I think the Packers have a slightly better defense than Houston's defense. Because, yes, the Packers don't have any wide receivers outside of Devontae Adams. But the Texans don't have any corners outside of Bradley Roby. So, yeah, I'm taking the Packers in this one. I think Aaron Rodgers will shred the Texans defense, and I think Deshaun Watson will shred the Packers defense. I think this is going to be a shootout between those two quarterbacks. Next game, Seahawks at Cardinals. I'm going to go with Seattle in this one. I do feel like this could be a close game, but I'm going to go with Seattle. That's what I think they win against Arizona. I think Russell Wilson will be too much for that Arizona D. Yeah, I just think Seattle gets a win against Arizona. I just feel like they're the better team. Next game, Chiefs at Broncos. I feel like this could be a sneaky good game. But I'm going to go with Denver, man. I don't think the Chiefs' defense is good at all. I think Drew Lock can shred them, and I think the Broncos win a game against Kansas City and get to 3-3. I think the Broncos are good enough to beat the Chiefs. I honestly do. Chiefs, I don't think they're a good football team defensively. Yes, they have great offense, but I don't think they have a good defense at all. I think Drew Lock will be able to do whatever he wants on this defense. So, yeah, I'm taking the Broncos in that one. Next game, 49ers at Patriots. I'm taking San Francisco. New England, they did not look good at all against Denver. I don't know if that was because of a lack of practice, but they did not look good at all against Denver. So I'm taking San Francisco, and San Francisco looked pretty good against the Rams. So, yeah, I'm taking San Fran in this one. Next game, Jaguars at Chargers. I'm taking the Chargers in the blowout. The Jaguars, they're not a good football team. The Chargers, they're a very, very good football team. That could potentially even sneak into the playoffs. Even at 1-4, I think they could potentially sneak into the playoffs. So yeah, I'm taking the Chargers in a blowout. Next game, Buccaneers at Raiders. This is an interesting one. This is a very interesting one. I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. You can see how this is going to be a great game. Derek Carr versus Tom Brady. The Raiders versus the Buccaneers. The Raiders beat the Chiefs, beat the Saints. The Buccaneers beat the Packers last week, and they beat the Chargers. This is going to be a great game. This is on Sunday Night Football. This is going to be a great game. I'm going to go with Tampa just by a little bit. Next game, or last game, Bears at Rams. This is another interesting one. I'm going to go with the Bears. I think they barely win, man. I think they win by just a little bit. I don't think the Rams look very good against San Fran, and I think the Bears are playing pretty good football. They beat the Panthers. They beat the Buccaneers. They beat a lot of good teams, man. I think the Bears win this game. But yeah, hopefully we're trying to get all these predictions right. These are just some bye teams. The Vikings, yeah. Trader Unique Ngakoue, terrible team. Dolphins, name 2 of their starter. Colts are trash, and Ravens are on the bye as well. But yeah, that's pretty much it for my video. See you guys in the next video.